guys, welcome back to my channel. So Novice Nurse here. So today's video is going to be an update about my hirement stuff at my hospital and about my grades. So okay, so about my first week on Monday. So I told you guys how last week I was really stressed out about, like, you know, it being finals week, and then, like, you know, the onboarding process, I guess, of working at the hospital mat. So okay, fast forward Monday of this week. It was my first day of work. Went to orientation. Orientation had everybody, whoever who was basically gonna be working in the hospital was at the orientation. I think it was like about 100 people or so. We were all in a room. It was actually really cool. It was 8 hours long. It was from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. It was a full work day. It's a bunch of people. It's nurses, it's critical care techs, which is what my title is actually called. It's called critical care tech. I thought it was, first I kept saying medical assistant, but that's not what I'm called. Then I thought it was patient care tech. That's not what I'm called. It's actually critical care tech. So I'm a critical care technician. Also, nurse associates were there, housekeeping was there, corporate people were there. I didn't see any doctors. I guess doctors have a totally different orientation, not really sure. Or a totally different way about how they get brought on board. I don't know, but there weren't any doctors or anything. And they kind of broke the ice by like giving us a piece of paper that had like a list of things, like someone who's a twin, someone who likes to go on vacation all the time, someone who doesn't have a passport, someone, like, it was just like, you know, like a game, like an icebreaker game. So you would go around the room and say, hey, do you fit anything on this list? And you check it off. It was like a good way to like kind of interact with people and like break the ice of like, I don't know you or whatever. Even though these are people not necessarily working on our particular floor, it was nice to, like, I guess we're all new, so it was nice to like break the ice for everybody. So it was cool. They basically went over everything. They went over compliance, benefits, 401k planning, hospital, like, medical benefits. They went over, we got our badges that day, we took our picture, we had to get another TB shot, all of us, because they do 2 rounds of it. We had to get the flu shot. I got the flu shot against my will. So I got the flu shot. And yeah, like, we just did a bunch of things. I mean, 8 hours seemed like a long time, but there was like a bunch of different presentations that people came to talk about the hospital with us about. So it was cool. People at my table were cool, you know, whatever. I got to leave a little bit earlier. I left at, like, I think 3:30 or something like that. People got their parking tickets, you know, to get access to the parking garage and stuff. Yeah, it was just like informational. Everybody, here's everything you need to know about working here at this hospital. They told us some stories about people who are out of compliance, told some stories about HIPAA violations, told stories about you know, hackers into the, you know, system and how to avoid that. Then the next day, Tuesday, we talked about it was broken down more specifically to nurses associates, and critical care techs. So that was our group. There was about 30 to 40 of us, like 50 of us, maybe 50 at tops. I think it was less than that. I think it might have been 30. It was like about 30 of us in a room, and we spent another 8 hours talking about more stuff. We learned how to do restraints. We took a tour of the hospital, showing us different floors, what different rooms were for, different things of that nature. We met with our educators for our floors. So, like, my educator came down and she asked us our schedules. I made my schedule. She gave me a package with my schedule and, like, all the information I need for my first official day on the floor. There's another woman in my orientation who was actually on my floor too, but she did nights. I'm doing days. I'm so glad I'm doing days, because I was like, yeah, I'm open at nights. I'm so glad I'm doing days. So my schedule is 7 to 7, and I work pretty much like full-time hours, even though I'm part-time, because it basically gives me leeway. I basically just have to work 2 days a week minimum, but I get to work as many hours as I want. Like, if I want to take on more hours, I can take on more hours. So it's like, while I'm in school, I can at minimum, if I'm like, I can't work, like, I'm tired, I want to only work twice a week versus 3 times a week or more than that, I can literally take off. But then if I work 2 days a week, and let's say I want to take on a full schedule, or even overtime, I can take on more hours. Like if I work 2 days a week, that's 12 hours times 2, that's 24 hours. For the remainder of the week, I could just do 8-hour shifts, and that alone gives me, I think, full-time hours. Or no, it gives me overtime. So it gives me some overtime. If I decided to take on like 2 additional 12-hour shifts, that's more overtime. Or even if I decided to take on one 12-hour shift, that's just a full-hour shift, a full-hour full-time shift, right? So yeah, they're like pretty open about shift hours or whatever. So they asked me like, when do I want to start, like come in? Do you want to come in this week, or do you want to start next week? Like, how do you want to do it? Told them how about Friday, because I had orientation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I wanted to have Thursday off, because which is today, because I wanted to like just have a minute to like soak everything in and just kind of like get myself situated. So with that being said, we had these portals where we can access our benefits because I have 2 last names and a hyphenated last name. They could not like, my whole portal was all messed up. Couldn't access my email, couldn't access my benefits, couldn't access these modules that they want us to do. Yo, they want us to do like 60 modules, like and you have to have it done within 30 days of being hired. Oh, it was a lot of modules, man. Oh my god. I did them yesterday. I did majority of them yesterday. Okay, moving forward, Wednesday we had something called Epic training, which is like, you basically get trained to learn how to work the like charting system that's on the computer. So you learn how to, like, you know, add a patient, transfer a patient, put in their vital signs, put in their like blood work, like basically everything you need to put in about a patient or take out about a patient. You learn how to do notes and comments and different. So they were teaching us, like, it was like, I think it was like a 3.5 hour orientation on how to do it. We did that yesterday, and then after that we had to do an orientation on how to learn how to use the blood glucose machines, because I guess they have a certain way they like to do it. We had to take an orientation on that. And then I have to do, I'm gonna get an email sometime in the next few days, I guess, to schedule in phlebotomy and EKG competency. So basically I have to do like, I think it's like 15 needle sticks and like 15 EKGs to like show them that I know what I'm doing. I really like phlebotomy, so I'm like, okay, phlebotomy, I'm cool. I mean, phlebotomy can be scary, but I you know, I like phlebotomy. I spent more time learning phlebotomy than I did EKG. Even though I did learn EKG, we did it on each other, and we did it with our shirts on, I mean with our bras on. So there was all women in my class, and we had to do it on each other. But because we had bras on, when you're doing EKG, you're not wearing a bra. We had to like finagle like the placement and stuff a bit. Like, I know V1, you're supposed to put it on the the 4th intercostal of this side, which is, this is my right side, and then the second one you're supposed to put on the 4th intercostal of the left side, and then you skip the 3rd one, go to the 4th one, put it down the midsection of chest or the breast or nipple or whatever. You put it down on the 5th intercostal of the midsection here, and then you move back up to the 3rd one, the V, put it in between the 2nd and the 4th, and then the 5th one, you put it's at the anterior axillary of the 5th intercostal. 6th one is the mid-axillary 5th intercostal or whatever. And then obviously you have to put your leads: right arm, right leg, left leg. This is your first lead, this is your second lead, this is your third lead, and your right foot is your ground. So I know all about EKG and, like, you know, whatever, making sure everything's together and like your skin is clean before you put it on. Like, I get all about it. It's just that we didn't get to practice, I guess, the exact location because our bras were in the way, and some of us were big chested, so it was all like this. When in reality, if you're laying down, your boobs are going to go this way, and you'll have more room to feel around the rib cage and feel exactly for the 4th and 5th intercostals and all that. So I haven't gotten that yet. I just got an email today about ordering my scrubs with the company logo on it, so I ordered some of those. I got a chance to wear my scrubs. My colors are teal or Caribbean blue, and I just ordered them off Amazon just so I could have them. Like, I ordered them like a week or 2 ago so I could just have them on hand, just because I didn't know when they would want us to start wearing our scrubs. I've been trying to buy some like sneakers, sneakers with teal in it and stuff like that to be like kind of matchy, but I'm like, my feet are funny, so I've been scared to like order sneakers on Amazon, especially after you read the reviews and it's mixed reviews. You're like, ugh, I don't know. So I might just have to go to Burlington Coat Factory or something nearby to like test out some sneakers. to wear for work. But in the meantime, I have some things I guess I could wear in the meantime. I've been wearing like some Adidas and some Reeboks that I have or whatever, so those should be fine for now. Oh, and I also bought like long sleeves on Amazon. They're like these long sleeve scrub, like you put under your scrubs because it's been cold. It's freaking December. So there's that. And then yeah, so as far as this week is going so far, it's been really cool. The people are cool. Everyone seems really nice. I've met a few girls in my class who are in nursing school, an accelerated program. Like, it's been, you know, it's nice to meet some people that are doing things that you want to do. There's been some like first year nurses, like people who this is like their first job ever, who just graduated nursing school. So it's nice to see a bunch of new nurses coming in. And there's been some like veteran nurses, people who've been nurses for years, and nice seeing them come in. And yeah, so it's been nice to see, like, you know, people who are, you know, doing what you want to do, and people who are doing what you're doing, and all of that. So tomorrow is my first official day. I am kind of scared. I'm gonna work with the preceptor for 9 days, not 9 days in a row, but 9 days of work that I do work. So I work tomorrow, which is Friday. I work on Sunday, and then I work on Tuesday, and then I don't think I work again for the rest of the week. But I work Sunday, Tuesday, and then I think I might work Saturday of next week. Yeah, I work Saturday of next week. And then, so yeah, it's nice to have like a breakup. I told them I'm willing to do full-time because I'm not in school right now, so let's just do full-time. So they gave me my schedule for the remainder of the next few weeks. I start school in like 3 to 4 weeks, so I'll give them a new rate rundown. I also let them know that I will probably be out the week of my birthday, because Blake, I think, is planning something for me, my boyfriend, for my birthday. I turned 30, y'all. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm leaving anything out. The whole like discrepancy on my, that I talked about last week on my, those 2 discrepancies that I got on my background check were about like, it didn't correlate with my job, one of my jobs or whatever, which was a mistake. Nobody said anything about it at all. So I'm glad I didn't say anything about it. And yeah, it's been interesting, just like doing orientation and people telling their stories about the hospital and all the stories that have happened about basically don't do that, because this is what happen if you do. It's been interesting listening to it. So if you guys have any questions about anything, let me know in the description box. Next week I will definitely be letting you know how my first official day on the floor was, working with patients and all of that. So that should be interesting next week, because I will have at least 3 days under my belt by next week. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, this has been my day. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my school. Okay, so got my final grades yesterday. So for my nutrition, I got a 98% on my final exam. So I have a 98% in the class, because I've gotten like A's on all my exams in the last few months of being in my last few exams, and I'd gotten A's on my on all my like homework assignments and discussion board stuff for nutrition. So I have an A in nutrition. My anatomy class, I got a 97.6 on my final exam. I've gotten A's on all my final exams, so I have an official A in my anatomy lecture class. My anatomy lab, I have a B+. I have a 86%. Mind you, my anatomy lab is online, so you know how that goes. It's online. So, but overall, if they decide to blend the lecture and the lab together, I still have an A, because my A is such a high A, and it's a B+. It's gonna end up being like a regular A or A-, one or the other. But whatever, I have an A in my anatomy class, and my statistics class, I have a B+. So they have, my statistics teacher is the only teacher who hasn't put official grade in, so I don't know if he's gonna change it into an A, because I still have extra credit that he hasn't put in. So as of now, I have a B+, but I'm gonna look at the final grade and see if he gave me an A or not. But as of now, I have an 88% in my stats class. The extra credit should put me at a 90, to be honest, but we'll see. So technically, I have straight A's in my class, and they told me my official GPA is a 3.9. So I have a 3.9 this semester. So I'm like, whoop whoop, this is the highest GPA I've ever had. I mean, I've always had decent GPAs, but this is the highest GPA I have ever had, period. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really excited about this whole process. Everything's been moving pretty smoothly. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.